Hello everyone, welcome to Indian Economy by Aman Soni. In this new series called PREority, we'll be discussing the important economic concepts for the prelims examination. Let's discuss fiscal consolidation. We know that fiscal deficit is the difference between total expenditure and total revenue of the government. Fiscal consolidation is nothing but how the government reduces this fiscal deficit. That is, when the fiscal policy health is improving, it is known as fiscal consolidation. So how can the government reduce this fiscal deficit? Because fiscal deficit is bad for the economy. Too much fiscal deficit leads to interest payment burden for the government. The government has to pay the interest on the loans taken. Too much fiscal deficit leads to too much money supply in the economy, and it can lead to hyperinflation in the economy. So the government tries to reduce the fiscal deficit if it is too much. But how to reduce the fiscal deficit? One can either reduce the expenditure or increase the revenue. That's when the difference between the expenditure and revenue closes. That is, the difference consolidates. But in a country like India, the government can't always reduce the expenditure because of various social security schemes, but it can have direct benefit schemes, rationalize the subsidies, to reduce the wasteful expenditure. So for fiscal consolidation, the main focus has to be increasing revenue of the government. And increasing revenue of the government means increasing taxes that the government gets. So how can the government get more taxes? Government can't increase the tax rate too much because people won't be ready to pay, and people will go for tax avoidance if the government increases the taxes too much. But what government can do is government can plug the loopholes where the tax is getting avoided. So we can increase the tax revenue by reducing the tax avoidance, by eliminating the tax evasion, by increasing the tax compliance. That is, more people who are supposed to pay the tax should be paying. This is done by the income tax. And widening the tax base, that is, more number of people who are paying the income tax. By all this, the revenue of the government can be increased. Thus, it leads to fiscal consolidation. Let's recap. Fiscal consolidation is nothing but reducing the fiscal deficit by the government. Bridging the gap between the expenditure and revenue, consolidating the gap, is called as fiscal consolidation. And this can be done by reducing the expenses or increasing the revenue. We saw how we could increase the revenue in this slide. That's it. Thank you.